living in the most inhumane system in the belly of the beast.
Hip-hop is not the problem. It's who in hip-hop the attention is given to.
The format today, what we're going to do is we're going to talk amongst ourselves for about 45 minutes, and then we're going to open up to the floor for about a half an hour. So we'll take your questions and comments. Not too long on the comments, we hope. But we're going to take some if they're brief.
The greatest achievement of the Obama presidency was winning the election. I think that was it. Because anybody who becomes the president of the United States of America as it's currently configured is going to have to be the president of a military that's throttling the planet, is going to have to be the president who represents the bankers more than ordinary people. That is the job of the President of the United States. Obama's victory doesn't annul the liberation agenda. It simply means that a highly bourgeois form of multiculturalism has come to pass. When the racist attacks start on Obama, that is an attack on multiculturalism. How can a Nobel Prize winner of peace sanction the assassination of a citizen of the United States by drone attack in the deserts of Yemen? We are not capable of having a White House right now.
I'm glad that people are starting to at least wake up. My concern is that we just don't have a lot of young people that are informed of what the issues are. That we don't talk more about 1 in 5 people in the United States now receive food stamps. 1 in 15 people are in extreme poverty. The unemployment rate in the African American community is 17%, well 16 point something, excuse me. The Latino, 17%. As a Latina woman, we've had more deportations under President Obama than in 8 years of George Bush. We have to get out of this thing of always protecting the people that look like us when they're doing things that are detrimental to us. I'm not mad that Cornel West, owns $1 million condo in Boston. It's public record. Like, I'm not mad at Tavis Smiley for having all the production he has. But if these are the people representing, they don't understand what it's like to be poor. And in Occupy Wall Street, it's become, the visibility is white people. You can't just be at Wall Street for 5 weeks and do what? You need a plan, you need a goal. Are you putting your money in the bank that you're saying is part of the 1%?
I don't consider whether it's CNN or MSNBC or particularly Fox, I don't consider that news. It's entertainment. That's why you hire entertainers and celebrities to do journalism work. There is capital and there's the ownership of capital. Right? The players are laborers. They do not have access to capital in the way that the owners do. I want to talk about the 1% of the 1%. The difference between what we see here in the United States and what happened during the Arab Spring, all those folks in Egypt, they knew where Mubarak's house was. When it was time for shit to go crazy, they knew where to find him and his house. If the head of Goldman Sachs walked into this room right now, none of us would know who he is. Because power is invisible and diffuse in the context of this. And so there's a reason why we know about basketball players that are worth $120 million. There's a reason why we know about rappers that are worth $500 million. Because in the broader context, LeBron James has no impact on policy, economic or otherwise. So he becomes an obscurity in this. He's the reason for us to be caught up in his wealth and not actually dealing with the wealth that's being generated by his labor.
We have a generational problem in Chicago where the grandparents have dismissed their children and resent their grandchildren. Where children don't care about anything and the grandchildren hate everybody. Yeah. So in me saying that I believe that hip hop is a tool that can be used for social change, it has to be, that tool has to be accepted by the wisest, the most intelligent, the people who have the resources to take it to that next level in our academic community. and it has to be lifted up, and it has to be more than, man, if we can, I'll never forget, you know, they were doing back to school, and they wanted to get the young people in Chicago interested in coming back to school, you know, on time. So who did CPS go get? Jeremiah. Birthday sets. Come on. For real. And it's just like, it's like, but there's so many other artists in Chicago that young people respect, like Mickey Halstead, who got the song Liquor Store, talking about how in our communities we're occupied. We got another kind of terrorism, which is nutrition terrorism going on. And this brother made a dynamic song and video. Go check out Liquor Store by Mickey Halstead. So it's not just about me, it's about artists who are making social change everywhere, but the people who are empowered to empower them are not taking that opportunity and then complaining about the problem. But part of it is what I would call love. There's a lack of love. There's agendas to go everywhere. But don't nobody got passion because we're not expressing, it's not love. So without love, there's no consistency. Without love, there's no saying what's the best thing to do instead of the most expedient or most popular thing to do. Young people want to organize and we want to do things, but we don't know how to civically engage. We just know how to engage. A lot of young people don't know what their purpose is in life and our community. They have dreams, don't know how to achieve the dreams, and give up on the dreams.
Does anyone know what the average size of the American woman is? Is a 14. If you turned on any television or opened any magazine, the size of an American woman is a size 0 or 2. And as someone who worked in magazines for many, many, many years, I can tell you that the women don't look like that at all. We shave things off, we lift breasts, we change hair color, we do all kinds of things to create this image of beauty and this standard that the rest of America runs around and tries to follow that is not even real. Like, it is absolutely not even real. It's not even about a blonde hair, blue-eyed image. It's not a real image. Like, the women just don't look that way. I did a radio show with Karen Hunter the other day. Karen Hunter is a Pulitzer Prize winning writer. She also has a publishing imprint, and her claim to fame is being the publisher and editor of the Superhead book. And her first comment was that there's a lack of morality in the Black community. That there used to be a time where Black people understood that we needed to get married and raise families, and that single parents do the best, single mothers do the best they can, but this is wrong. But what happens in the case of Amber Cole is we are not developing, particularly as feminists, language that allow for a politics of pleasure, that gives young women the language that they need to express that says, this feels good to me. Wanting this doesn't make me a bad person. This is how I should go about getting this in a way that's safe and responsible and respects who I am, and not about me trying to be popular or me trying to bend to someone else's politics of pleasure that they have no trouble articulating. So in all of this backlash against Amber Cole, like, where was her mother? Where are we giving our young people the language that they need to function in an extremely hypersexualized world?
Acting white is bullshit. The whole concept of it is bullshit.